Las Vegas rocks all around the clock. Las Vegas rocks, 'cause this town never stops. Las Vegas rocks all around the clock, 'cause this town never stops. Las Vegas rocks.
Las Vegas rocks.
It's the Las Vegas Rocks radio show, the show before the show. Join us for a fast-paced hour of celebrity interviews and entertainment news. And now, here's Ron.
Well, Las Vegas rocks.
And welcome to the Las Vegas Rocks radio show. I'm your host, along with co-host Tom Hillary, as we welcome our guests here. Wake up, Tom. Yeah, the show started.
How come Tom doesn't have a mic?
He grabs Lou's whenever he needs it.
Okay.
We're on Facebook Live right now. A little bit of a delay, everybody. If you think you're watching a kung fu movie, our mouths are moving, but the words are different. Hope that's not racist
I'm hearing
anymore.
delay
Is that
even
racist
in the
anymore?
studio. I'm hearing delay.
Can I say kung fu movie?
I have no idea. You have to check with Rose on that. I have no
history,
idea.
I believe it would be.
What
right?
did you say you heard? You heard something?
Right? You can...
I heard. Oh, I was hearing some feedback coming from within the studio.
Oh, yeah, we got a little bit just delay on the.
Oh, okay.
That's Ira Sternberg, everybody. We're going to be actually our guest this evening. Let's get back to the show. In studio, Vegas insider, PR executive, and host of Talk About Las Vegas with Ira Sternberg.
Thank you, Ron.
There you go. And opera great and now jazz great, the great diva, Rose Kingsley. Hello, Rose.
Hi, Ron.
Vegas' hottest new headliner, and more. And more, like a radio spot, and more. Mr. Lou Gazzara. Hey, Lou.
How are you?
You're looking sharp tonight. Now, we're not going to tell anyone why you're wearing that tux. There's two reasons.
There's two reasons.
He's driving me in a limo. That's why he's
really?
dressed that way. Yeah,
I have a new tire shop. That's why. No.
Yeah, Lou calls in and says, I'm going to be late. I have this flat. How do you not know that it was a flat? I mean, how'd you know? How do you make a mistake?
Well, there's a piece of rubber on the outside of the tire. I thought it was a sidewall blowout or something, and it's flapping in the wind. It was just a piece of the trim along the door.
Okay. Is that where you hit the post?
No,
with
that's
the yellow marks on the front
side. Thanks.
Okay, I'm just saying. Also in studio, on the phone, is Latin Grammy winner Roger V and the Latin Legends, and the former host of the radio show Sex and Money, and now he's dedicated his life's work to help veterans, Mr. Len Connell. He'll be on the phone as well in a little while at 6:35. Shout-outs now. Hello, Tammy. I love you, baby. She's listening to the show at home. Rob Garrett over at Chianti. Is he still going over? Is he still going with that?
I think they're still going at the moment, I guess, until July.
Talking to
and
Lou,
then we'll find out what the big news is.
Jerry Walker up in Reno, Marty Carmo in Reno, two of my buddies. And I shout out like this because these folks listen out of town. Barbara Brighton, always happy to say hello to Barbara, who had a great run at the opening act for the Carper Distribute show over at Stoney's Country. Stoney's Rockin' Country. Anything Stoney's I get interested in. I don't know why that is. Also, hello to the IAC. That's right. It's a real show.
I'm paying attention.
Okay. Hello to the IAC. Ben Spano. I keep telling him he's Angelo. Angelo Casaro. Janine Pritchard.
Except not everybody knows what IAC stands for.
Italian American Club. And
go.
everybody, that is the hottest joint in town right now. But soon to be even bigger as it goes forward. But no, there's plenty of places to work, though, that go on in the Hill City. We have lots and lots of great locations for everybody to work in. And fortunately, during the pandemic, all those Italian restaurants were running acts all the time. Of course, you had to be 25 feet back. But Ira, I'm going to talk to you in a little bit about something that you wrote that I have here. It's about what's happening in Vegas. I think the headline was... Losing Las Vegas, and I brought that up to talk to you about because I have some ideas about going forward and what we should and shouldn't do that are kind of cute, like the ones you wrote. But the funniest one you got on there, let me just bring this up.
That's for a column for Global Gaming Business.
Global Gaming, GBB, right?
Roger Gross.
The funniest thing you have in there is one of the changes you'd like to see is the Circus Spa where you actually get massaged by a clown. Now, I really like that one.
Well, I was combining two different
I know, that would be hilarious. Evan Davis, how you doing, Evan? Gene Ferrari. We're going to be playing some of your music here in just a little bit, Gene. Hello, Janet Conway up there in New Jersey, and she's heading to Florida to work with Gene on a show coming back to Vegas. We always like to say hello to Neil Portnoy. You got to get Portnoy. You've been Portnoy.
Not yet.
Not yet. Oh, hey.
I was waiting for the
Ira.
COVID to go away, and then I was
Ira.
going to do it.
Needs to be Portnoy.
And Lou has
Lou.
it, so there you go, two of us.
Well, I tell you who has. Rose and Ron. How about that? They've been
We're
Portnoy.
special.
Hello to Aaron Phillips and his new show this morning. What was it called again? Out of Bounds or Undeniable Sports or something like that. You know, I should write these things down.
Yeah, I should have written it down.
Yeah. But it was a good show.
Awesome. Yeah.
It was an awesome show.
As well.
We watched it for a little bit. And we're going to talk about something coming up with you on television soon,
Absolutely.
right, Lou? Absolutely. Norm Miller, he's in studio right now. Hello, Norm.
Hi.
Producer and promoter for the very gorgeous Rose Kingsley.
Thank you. Flattery will get you
Johnny
somewhere.
Skaggs in Costa Rica. PJ Giamaria roaming the desert in his RV. David Arciero, come on back to Vegas, David. And the names I like to say because they're so Italian. Annabella Giorgione and Gabriella Versace. And Martinez. Say hello to her as well. Elisa Fiorello at the Bootlegger tonight. Hello, Elisa Mascari. We want to say hello to her, but with her Hand and Stone company, and we're going to be talking about a special promotion to help sell tickets for Rose's show coming up shortly, and we'll be talking about that in a minute. Queens of Rock, Elizabeth Diega, Nick Allen at Mosaic, producing the Michael Jackson show, and Jason Allen. He's a great entertainer, and he's appearing everywhere there is, practically. Yeah. So that's the shout-outs for today. On the phone right now is Roger V., the leader of the Latin Legends. Hello, Roger.
Hello, Ron. How are you today?
Say hello to Ira, Rose,
hey,
Lou,
hi,
and Tom.
Hi, everybody.
Hola.
Hi.
Ira, Rose, Lou. How are you doing?
Hi.
Calling me from San Antonio, yeah?
Yeah.
So what's new? What are you working on? You going to be getting any more Latin Grammys for you guys? You guys are a great sound. We want to see you in Vegas.
Greetings from Texas.
Okay, so what's up next? I'm going to play some of your music. We got queued up. This is one of the songs off one of your albums. This is, what is it, Samosa?
Yeah. Samos Gandorsa.
How do you say that, Roger? Samosa Gandorsa?
Oh, somos ganadores.
Ganadores. I'm real close, right?
Yeah,
We are winners.
Ron is still working on his English.
You know, that's right. I'm still working on my English. We're going to play that for you. What album is this, Raj?
This song is off of the 2020 Vision album. Vision 2020.
The one that won the Latin Grammy, that one was Tex-Mex Funk?
Tex-Mex Funk, yeah. That was the album that preceded Vision 2020 album.
Are you planning
we released Vision 2020 in 2020 of all years, and, the whole pandemic thing kind of put a damper on it, but we were very proud of the record, and we think it's our best one to date.
Well, it got you a Grammy, yeah?
The Tex-Mex Funk did, yeah.
Yeah, and this one, Vision 2020, now you're going to change the title to Vision 2021, yeah?
Well, yeah, just kind of the whole 2020 was a blur.
For everybody. Let's play this. Go ahead, Jim, play it.
Somos ganadores, somos ganadores. Llegó la hora de felicidad. Hoy celebramos que somos ganadores. Somos ganadores. Voy a brindar y a festejar que ganamos. Madre, padrecita mía, quiero que adivine lo que me pasó. Y al pasar el tiempo y nada pasó.
Roger, that's fantastic.
Thank you, Ron.
So where are you working down there? You got any gigs in San Antonio? I know you're working on coming to Vegas pretty soon.
Yeah, we have a couple of dates coming up in the near future. We've got a show on July 17th at the Historic Market Square for the Tejano Music Award Fanfare is what it's called. They have like over 200 bands come and play, and they have like a 250,000 people show up for the event. So it's a big one. We'll probably be playing for about 30,000 people on the 17th. We'll be on the Gateway stage right around sundown. So we're looking forward to that. And then we've got a couple of other things that we're still in the planning stages of for August, and hoping to get to Vegas during August. Kind of working on some.
Is there a
plans
Tejano
to be in the
music
Las
festival
Vegas,
at the Westgate?
area.
Is that what I heard in August? A Tejano music festival at the Westgate?
No, we won't be playing for that. But
you'll be there, right?
We may be there for the week prior.
All right, that sounds great.
Working on that still. That's still in the works. Everything is just opening up. So it's all of a sudden they decided they were going to start doing things in June. So most of the events that you do are booked from, and I'm sure all of you entertainers know that they're usually booked from 6 months to a year in advance. So they decide they want to open up in June. It kind of that puts you out to September, October, November, December. But hopefully we can pick some things up, within the next 6 to 8 weeks or so.
Thank you, Roger, for calling in. We're going to play that song. We're going to take it to the break right now. I look forward to seeing you live on the show when you come in August to the festival. It'll be a lot of fun. I appreciate the call in. Thank you so much, Roger.
Thank you.
Take care now.
Okay, bye-bye.
And let's go to break.
I lost 46 pounds in 8 weeks with the help of Andro 400, having tons of energy, not feeling tired or feeling at the end of the day that my feet are dragging. I would very strongly recommend it to anybody that feel they need to cut down on their weight or who doesn't have enough energy. Absolutely.
That's fantastic, Joe. And congratulations on losing 46 pounds in 8 weeks with the help of Andro 400. Guys, check out Joe's before and after pictures on andro400.com. Since 2004, men have chosen Andro 400 for one reason: results. Andro 400 can help you safely and effectively lose belly fat, gain energy, and boost your testosterone. We guarantee it. Order today and get free shipping and special discounts available only on andro400.com. andro400.com. That's andro400.com.
There's no other place like Las Vegas to see.
And we're back on the Las Vegas Rocks radio show, and the opening guest for tonight is Mr. Ira Sternberg.
Hi, Ron.
Now, Ira, let's go back a little in time.
Okay. Why not?
First of all, let me tell people who
Yes.
you are.
Who
Ira
am
Sternberg is a Nevada Broadcaster Hall of Fame member from 1998, as I am from 2002. Ira studied at UCLA,
Correct.
and you're from Brooklyn. Whereabouts in Brooklyn? So am I.
Coney Island.
Coney Island.
Yeah, I was born there, but I left when I was 3.
So in the movie Bronx Tale, when they go to Coney Island in the bus, that's your hometown.
That's pretty much
I
it.
went to Coney Island a lot. We went to the rides there on the boardwalk.
The best movie about that era and that venue, so to speak, is called The Little Fugitive. If you look up that film from 1950-something, it's black and white about a little kid that runs away to Coney Island, spends a day at the steeplechase.
Coney Island changed, though. I used to go to steeplechase in Coney Island. We had a good time. You know about Coney Island?
Of course. We went there for the hot dogs.
Yeah. You've been to Coney Island, Lou?
I've been to Coney Island, but I haven't grew up there. My mom was there a lot because she was born.
Tom, you ever been to Coney Island?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Use a microphone, Tom. We might be able to hear you on
yeah.
that.
Yeah, sorry about that. No, I'm just like going to the border. Not yet.
Going to the border. No politics, Tom. You got to sneak it in, don't you, buddy? Yeah, going to the border. Anyway, I like Coney Island. It was a summer outing for us, and we went every year. The family, my cousins, and everybody, and went to steeplechase and the guy used to chase me with the electric prong, ready to put it up, And
he's still chasing you today.
He's still
I saw
chasing.
him outside the station.
It's a longer prong.
It is.
Did they have cattle at Coney Island? What is this thing?
It's a doctor.
You had to be there. You had to be there.
You had to be there. Yeah.
You had to be there. Yeah. But the thing I wanted to talk to you about, and I got some information, and I'm going to play this for you. You were the PR director of the Hilton,
correct?
Back in the day. What years were you there?
2005 to 2004 to 2009. I had to think for a second. 5 years.
And were you at the Trop before or after that?
I was at the Trop before. I was director of public relations at the Trop from 86 to 97, and VP of communications for the Hilton from 2004 to 2009.
I have a piece here from an interview you did.
Okay.
You ready, Jim? At the Hilton. We'll play a little bit of it, and then you can tell us all about it.
All right. Let's take a look.
Okay, but let's kick this off. This is called the Hilton Review. Go ahead.
Say I was one of the most famous people, but you mean the hotel? You're absolutely right. The Hilton, the Las Vegas Hilton, you call it the Hilton Las Vegas. Actually, Las Vegas Hilton has been a mainstay for decades here in Las Vegas, and it's going through what I would call a renaissance. New ownership took over in 2004 in June, and we've been going strong with not only a new entertainment policy featuring a major names such as Barry Manilow, who's here for a long-term engagement, but also to do some remodeling, reconstruction, renovation, and it is a fascinating period of time to be here at the Las Vegas Hilton.
It seems to me as if Vegas is exploding right now. We've got the big casinos like the Bellagio and Paris and Aladdin that are all on the Strip, and it seems as if everything's getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and everybody has to have some hook to bring people in. Now, you've got Barry Manilow, but do you have to do more than that? Has the building got to be taller than everybody else's? Has the water feature got to be bigger than everybody else's? Do you know what I'm saying?
I do know what you're saying, Alex, and it's a myth in one sense. We welcome any new property that opens in Las Vegas because it does bring more and more visitors to us, and it gives a chance for the individual properties to be experienced. But more important than a particular size of a building or height of a building is the people that work in the building. And what I'm talking about is service. And the Las Vegas Hilton being a very traditional and legendary property, service is one of the key elements of it. So yes, we do have a major headliner, Barry Manilow. We do have Star Trek as an attraction here that's as part of our property and draws millions of visitors each year. We have.
So
yes.
Tell us a little bit about that. You were being interviewed for the United Kingdom radio at the time.
Alex was from the BBC, and he came in to do a series of stories about Las Vegas.
And that's when you were the director of public relations.
VP of communications.
Communications,
right.
At the
At the same time, I was hosting my own show there, which is called Lunchtime with Ira.
Did you bring Manilow in? Was that part of it?
I was part of the management team that worked with Barry when he came in. He's a great guy.
But were you there when he first came to
Yes, absolutely. Right.
Because the Hilton was fantastic.
Yeah.
What do you think of the Westgate? No, let's not go there.
It's
a beautiful place.
Of course, yeah.
It's a beautiful place, but it's not the Hilton anymore. You know what I mean by that?
It's the same building.
Yeah.
Same Barry Manilow's performing there.
That's
there
a wonderful
you go.
thing.
That's all you need to say.
That's a wonderful thing, but it's still not the Hilton. If you know what I mean, it's not where.
Yeah, but you like to
was.
live in the past, so you know that's.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do.
No, I don't.
But the Hilton didn't have Jen Romas and the Sexy Show. Over
That's
there,
right.
That's going to be opening back
I don't
up
like
soon
living
at
in the past
Westgate,
at all.
A little defensive, are we?
Well, I had a good time. I had a good time for the years, but I had a lot more money in the past than I do.
Yes, that's true. We all did, didn't we? Yes.
I think that's the difference. When you were at the Tropicana, what are some of the things you did over there to make that place famous?
Oh, little things like at that time it was the island of Las Vegas, so it was a tropical theme. So we used the island wedding chapel. We married two birds, and we had them come down the aisle and get married, and we got national publicity out of it. It's just one little thing that we did. We did all kinds of different stunts and things. We had a great playground there because it was a 5-acre water park and very tropical. And what was great, the general manager at the time, John Chiaro, allowed me to run with all kinds of publicity that you couldn't do today because it's a little bit more corporate today.
It is.
It is.
The corporate makes a big difference. That was a pretty good operation back in those days.
Right.
Was Bill Bigelow, was he the general manager? No. Do you remember him? And we're just throwing names around. I don't want to do that. Dropping names, it doesn't matter.
John
but I want to
Smith.
come back and talk to you a little bit more. I want to go talk to Rose a little bit.
Why not?
But I want to come back to you and talk to you a little bit about losing Las Vegas and the whole list of stuff that you did here.
And my show called Talk About Las Vegas.
Well, you have many shows. You've got Ira's Everything's Bagel.
Yeah, that's my other website.
I know you got
Bagel,
that going.
That show,
That's a terrific. Then Lunch with Ira. You've got
that was the old show at the Hilton. That became
Lunchtime
Talk
with
About
Ira.
Las Vegas, yes.
Talk About Las Vegas with Ira.
All right.
Ira's Everything Bagel.
Correct. Not about Las Vegas.
But the
just
bagel
about,
one is on now.
Yes, so it's talkaboutlasvegas.com.
And so is
Yeah, so one is all about Las Vegas. The other one is about just interesting people have nothing to do with Vegas. And they're both online. So
well, I read some of that today.
Okay, well, that's good.
I looked at some of the stuff, and they were not Vegas people.
Right. Now, Rose, I mean, you're returning to Rose. And
of course I am.
Me.
I am. I'm going to return that.
There we go.
Okay, you want to change seats?
No. I must apologize because being a host for many, many decades, I tend to do that even though I'm a guest and you're the host. But you said to go with it. So
I did.
I
know
did.
you. I'll sit there. You can interview me if you like. It doesn't matter. It's a fun show.
What do you think of the Las Vegas Hilton as a name, as opposed to the Westgate, Ron?
What I don't like about the Westgate, honestly, is the signage. That yellow sign looks like it's the side of a building, and it's a warehouse of some kind.
But if you walk into the Westgate today, it's just like walking into, with some minor
Yes, it
changes,
is.
just like walking into the
don't
Las
like
Vegas
the
Hilton.
signage.
Okay, fair enough.
Because if you look, Lou?
Well, I think you have something bigger to live up to. When you take over a property, you're expecting to do something that changes a little bit or enhances what was there before. You haven't seen anything change. They just put new sign up, which
No,
like
that's
you said,
not true, because when the property was bought, they did some timeshares, but they also spent a lot of money, I didn't know this, in terms of refurbishing rooms and other areas.
Oh, room.
So
Well,
there's
the
a lot
hotel
of
there,
there's
yeah.
a lot of changes there, and so a lot of it is subtle over the years. When I was there, it was subtle changes. You couldn't tell that were changes.
I like the Westgate. You go inside; it's got all that flavor. I like the shows in there.
Right.
I like what he's doing. Like you said,
And by the way, I'm not a spokesperson for the Westgate.
But the one thing I don't like is what bothers me every time I drive by it is that damn sign.
I would write a letter
because it looks
or an email.
It looks like a traffic
Why don't you
sign.
pick it? Go outside in front of the
black.
Westgate. Go in front of the Westgate and pick it.
I'm just surprised they never utilized the amount of size they have, which is now just such a hot commodity in Vegas.
Spend a little money on some neon and make it.
Neon is no longer.
All right.
Neon again, living in the past, Ron.
LED
the neon
lights.
museum.
Yes, the big screen.
Look, I live in the past. I used to have to make sure the building had all the lights on when I was the marketing director of the Circus.
I
You know that
understand
job?
signage.
What I'd like to hear are the stories about the Conrad Suite and the private parties and all that stuff that goes on up there.
We're going to get back to that.
That's more the other.
I want to take a break
now.
now.
What about Rose?
Well, right after this break, Rose has an announcement to make, everybody, and Lou has one as well. Let's go to break right now with Mr. Gene Ferrari. And You Don't Have to Love
Me. Siamo qui noi soli, come ogni sera, ma tu sei più triste ed io lo so perché. Forse tu vuoi dirmi.
Sue and her wife Helen meet their son every Saturday for lunch. One week, they were late because Helen didn't realize it was Saturday. At the restaurant, they enjoyed their usual favorites and caught up. But after the meal, Helen got upset because she needed help calculating the tip. Sue missed 3 of the 10 warning signs of Alzheimer's. Did you? Be aware of confusion with time or place, challenges with problem solving, and changes in mood or behavior. Know where Alzheimer's and dementia hide. For more information, visit alz.org/Nevada and click on Know the Signs. Are you or someone you love showing some of these signs? Help and information is available. Visit alz.org/NEVADA. This message sponsored by a grant through the Nevada Department of Health and Human Services, aired in cooperation with the Nevada Broadcasters Association and this station.
There's no other place like Las Vegas to see. No other place like Las Vegas to be. Where beautiful mountains surround the...
And we're back on the Las Vegas Rocks radio show. I'm your host, Ron Garrett, AM 670 KMZQ. And with us, as you can see, the rose between the two thorns. Miss Rose Kingsley. Hi, Rose.
Hello.
Boy, we got some news. First, let's talk about the July 16th show.
Yes. We have a special show coming up on July 16th. It is an evening of the Great American Songbook. And we have a wonderful lineup. We have Mr. Lou Gazzara, who will be a special guest.
Yes, I'll be honored for that. It's going to be unbelievable.
It's going to be a great evening. And Mr. Sid the Kid, the man, who plays amazing sax. And my musical director, who was the musical director for Johnny Mercer and his son-in-law for over 25 years, and Bobby Corwin, and he'll be with me. And we have a great quartet, and it's going to be a fun evening. It really will be.
Summerlin Library
the
Theater
Performing Arts.
For the
yes.
Performing Arts.
Which
on July the 16th on a Friday night
at 7:30, and tickets are available at rosekingsley.com. And
can they call you up on the phone?
Yes,
But they better get them pretty quick because these are moving, right? I mean,
they are.
They're so half
the
sold out already, and then we still got a month
are.
to go, so people need to call in.
Yes, and
it's 4 weeks from yesterday.
That's right. That's right. Phone number to call if you would like to have a private song is 760-636-0008.
What number can I call for a private dance?
You can ask Norm.
Repeat the number, Rose, because people can't write it down that fast.
Okay, 760-636-0008. Now, we also have a special with Lisa Mascari.
Yes.
If you call that number, you will get a free massage.
Lisa
oh, my
Mascari,
God, that sounds so bad, doesn't it?
Lisa Mascari of Hand and Stone.
Facial
Spa.
And massage and facial spa.
Yep.
And she will give out a free massage.
If you buy a ticket to the show?
Oh, if two people, 2 tickets are sold, they
two
get
tickets. Buy 2 tickets and free massage.
Yes.
Now, is this like a 15-minute neck massage, or is this the whole Swedish deep tissue and all that?
Wait a minute, is this a massage here or in Nye County?
No, I
just want to get
this
that
isn't
straight.
No,
all right.
She's actually amazing.
We're going to straighten this
Thank
out.
you,
I'm going to put
you.
Norm on the mic right now, and he's going to tell us
Yeah,
exactly how the massage and the ticket thing works. Okay?
Well, I'll talk about the ticket thing. You can talk about the massage.
Okay.
Right. If you purchase 2 tickets to Rosa's show, then you will get a free massage at the Silverado Ranch location for Hand and Stone, right? Or a facial. And to do that, so we can track it, if you order your tickets through calling 760-636-0008, it'll all get coordinated, and you'll get a certificate for that.
Thank you, Norm Miller, everybody.
Yes,
Thank you
he's
so
the man,
much. That was
you know.
terrific.
You know, I
That was
can
terrific.
sing. He does everything
Now, I'm
else.
going to play one of your songs right now.
Okay.
Don't Cry Out Loud, and when we come back, I want to hear What's New.
What's
Okay, new.
What's
Okay, new.
What's
It's Kingsley and Don't Cry Out Loud.
Baby cried the day the circus came to town, 'cause she didn't want parades just passing by her. So she painted on a smile and took up with some clown, and she danced without a net upon the wire. I know a lot about her, 'cause you see, baby is an awful lot like me. Don't cry out loud, just keep it inside and learn how to hide your feelings. Fly high and proud, and if you should fall, remember you almost had it all. Baby saw that one.
When did you record that one?
We did that. It was my first CD. This Is My Life, and we did that about 6 years ago, and it received 5 stars from Associated Press and Jazz Weekly and Jazz Monthly, and it was very, very.
Very good.
It was good. It was put
very good.
and it was put together very emotionally. I think I was trying to find the words to say about that.
And you sing with emotion during that.
Yeah, I do. I'm an actress.
And we're going to see all of that.
You will.
Okay,
You will.
so now let's talk about the good news.
The good news is that I have achieved here in Las Vegas a residency at the Summerlin Performing Arts. Woo. Center.
Yippee,
and
yippee,
I will be
skippy.
doing, all through next year, pretty much.
You got a whole bunch of shows coming up.
Yes.
All the way into 2022.
Yes, until to March or April of 2022.
Every show is going to have a little different twist to
Yes,
it.
definitely. We have we have the an evening of Andrew Lloyd Webber, and since I did Phantom on Broadway, and then we're doing the Great American Songbook, and we're going to be doing jazz and blues from the Great American Songbook, and we'll be probably doing the Diva and the Astronaut.
Mm-hmm.
And it's going to be
There's a good story that goes with that one.
Oh yes,
And the astronaut is Alan Shepard.
Yes, it is.
And you and him were very close friends for a long
We
period
were,
of time. Yeah.
yes. And I also was chosen to be the first artist to fly in the shuttle
Before the accident.
before the Challenger.
Yeah.
Yes. So it's going to be a wonderful year,
gonna
and
be a
I'm
good
excited.
year.
And I love Las Vegas, and
So everybody
hopefully
stay tuned.
Vegas loves me, and opera from opera to what I'm doing.
Everybody stay tuned. We'll be announcing the upcoming dates. You'll be
Yes.
announcing the upcoming
Oh,
dates.
yes.
And the
Shows.
show styles, the show titles.
Correct.
And we're looking at you next time after this one in July is September.
September.
And
right.
we'll talk about that later.
That's
right now,
right.
let's get everybody over to see you in July.
Yes,
and
it's
your
gonna
opening
be
act, is sitting right next to you.
Yes, I'm excited to have him. And it's going to be, as I said,
July
it's going to be an
16th.
amazing show.
Yes. And it's a special day for me because back east in Hamilton, actually the oldest Italian festival in the United States, the Mount Carmel Festival.
Oh, sure, I know that one.
Yeah, it's 154 years, I think, they'll be celebrating coming up.
Oh.
And that's nice, July 16th, so it's always a special day.
We'll have all the angels watching.
Are you planning what you're going to sing yet, Lou? Have you?
Absolutely, we've got it all. We've got all the music over.
Yeah. Bob keeps calling me, going, "Okay, I rewrote the charts. I'm doing the charts. I'm doing them."
I mean, this is the
way.
standard. So, I mean,
Yeah,
as a
really great
male
stuff.
opener, we've got Sammy Davis, Sinatra. We've got some other things, and then we've got some surprise duets
Right.
that you have to call in, get your ticket, your massage, the
Your
deep tissue,
facial.
your facial, get everything. And when you come to the show, you're going to see some surprises that we're going to throw in there together.
Right.
So you're going to you buy a couple of tickets, you get a massage, a visit to Lisa Mascari's Hand and Stone.
Absolutely.
A massage and facial spa
At the Silverado Lamp
Silverado, yeah.
location.
We're giving her a lot of plugs tonight.
Yeah, I love you, Lisa.
But, it helps sell
And
tickets.
Mark.
Of course.
And what are you going to give people who buy a ticket to see you there at the show, Lou?
They will have an opportunity to meet me after Rose's
That's
show.
right.
That's right.
And possibly buy an album if you want to let
That's
me sell
right.
them. That.
And
No,
we got some of your music here as well.
Absolutely.
Well, we're going to take a break right now. We're going to come back, and we're going to talk more with Lou and Ira and Rose and Tom. Tom, get ready. I want to hear about the Hitman's Bodyguard's Wife. Okay, that's a new movie that just came out. I want to see it.
Nice.
This is Jonathan Correct.
Well, don't think I'm trying not to learn, since this is the perfect spot to learn. Come on, teach me tonight, starting with the ABC of it. Then we'll get down to the XYZ of it. Help me solve the mystery of it. Come on and teach me tonight. The sky is a blackboard high above you. If a shooting star goes by, more lawyer, less fee.
I'm attorney Paul Powell. Have you been injured in a crash? Do you want to win your case? Do you want the insurance companies saying,
It's Paul Powell!
Of course you do. I've spent almost 20 years helping injury victims get paid. and I for sure can help you.
If you're tired of greedy lawyers, call 728-5500 or go to paulpowell.com.
I really can help.
Paul Powell.
More lawyer, less fee.
Some restrictions apply.
GTG, BRB, OMW, be there in a few. You may think that these kinds of texts are fine because of their length, and you can easily send them at a stoplight. But no, answering one text can take your attention away from the road for 5 seconds. And traveling at 55 miles an hour, that's enough time to travel the length of a football field. Make good decisions, don't text and drive.
Visit StopTextStopWrecks.org. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, Noise, and the Ad Council.
There's no other place like Las Vegas to see.
And we're back on the Las Vegas Rocks radio show. I'm Ron Garrett, your host. 670 AM KMZQ. My guests this afternoon, this evening, and tonight as we go into 6 o'clock hour. Ira Sternberg, Rose Kingsley, Lou Gazzara, and Mr. Tom Hillary. Tom.
Yes. Hi, Ron.
Tom, movie producer, man about town, entrepreneur, Hollywood maven, whatever that means.
That sounds good, man. Keep
sounds
going.
Good. Let's go with that. I'll make a longer list. But I want you, before you start talking about this, I want you to know that our other guest here, Ira, had a role that hit the editing floor. He was in a movie called This Is My Life.
That is correct.
And his role was, he thought he had a speaking role. He did. He played the doorman, opening the door. Give us a little bit of that, and Tom, jump in on that.
Well, they were filming part of the movie at the Tropicana, and so I was the facilitator of putting it all together, and they said, how would you like to be the doorman welcoming the character of the mother and the two kids coming up to the Tropicana? So they outfitted me in the doorman's outfit. We filmed the scene. I think there was only 2 takes, got it right. Joined SAG as a result because it was a speaking part. And then, of course, we wait several months. The movie comes out. I bring a busload of friends to the theater to see the film, the great moment, and it was cut.
Well, the star got jealous and knew you were going to outshine him.
Evidently, that's what I'm thinking.
I understand. It happens.
On the other hand, I have an extra scene in The Electric Horseman, and that one is preserved in celluloid. So there you go.
That one's happened for. Okay, well, that's further than most people get, Ira.
Yeah, I
mean,
know.
be very grateful, okay? Most people don't reach those lofty heights in the film business.
I understand.
So let's see, what's going on right now? Well, interesting news. We've got a movie out called Hitman's Wife's Bodyguard. How's that for a mouthful? Ryan Reynolds, Samuel L. Jackson, and Salma Hayek. The reason that interests me is apparently it's making some money, and it's being described as an act. Well,
something unusual.
Not just make. Well, there's more to it than that. Okay, there's this little combination. It's being described as an action comedy. And the last word we were getting is don't try to do cross-genre. Stick straight with your genre. So apparently that latest bit of information from the experts is being thrown out the window. Also typical within the movie business and entertainment business, right, guys?
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, don't cross your genre. That could be. Yeah, you have a problem with that.
Not kidding on that one. Okay, the other interesting news here. According to Daily Las Vegas, Mr. Ben Affleck is doing something in town. He just doesn't want anybody to know what it is.
Ira, do you have any idea?
Nope.
Nope. Okay.
I know he was shooting over at, I think, the Wynn.
Yeah.
That's the place, okay? I mean, I don't know how secret this is supposed to be, but, you know, Mr. Affleck, he's a great guy. Why do we know he's a great guy? Because he went to Cambridge Rangel Latin School in Cambridge, Massachusetts.
He's a Boston guy.
Which is where they give out the Hillary Award.
And you're a Boston guy, so are you going to give him a Hillary? Tom
Hillary that might be nice.
Tom Hillary has an award called the Hillary Award. That goes back generations. It's not something you came up with. It's your dad and your grandpa's.
Grandfather, yes. Yeah. It goes back. It's the oldest academic award at the oldest active high school alumni association in the country. So I was amazed to find out 4 Academy Award winners went to the school.
Wow.
Any chance of me getting that this year?
Absolutely, man.
Okay.
Let's go back to Ringe
Do you think they
over
give
Cambridge.
do they give out hit the floor people who appeared in movies that never
A for effort.
The best scene never to make it.
The Hillary Award is for participation only, so I get that.
Oh no, it's a lot more than that.
Oh, is it? Okay.
So you actually got to work for this one.
Well,
I know that's also a rarity in
It's not named after Alec Baldwin's wife, is it?
No, it's named after my granddad.
Hilaria.
Is that her name? Is that her name?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Hilaria, hilarious.
It's after your granddad. Tom,
that movie.
Yes.
That movie that you said.
Yeah, Paul Hillary.
The original movie you were talking about. Could you say it again?
Oh, let's see. The Hitman's Wife's Bodyguard.
Could you do that 3 times real fast?
Probably not.
Okay. Just like.
I know my limitations, Ira. Okay?
Is the pandemic over in Hollywood, Tom?
The pandemic better be over because they're running out of business and everybody's going broke. So yes,
I think
It's not the pandemic, Ron. It's the pandemic hysteria. That's what we got to get past.
Is it still going on in Hollywood?
No, they
getting
can't.
over it?
They can't. They've got to start making some product, or else the whole town is just going to shut down.
I understand Hollywood's going to start using Chinese subtitles now. Is that true?
Well, China's going to buy the place, so yeah, why
I
not?
thought they already did.
Right now they have a pandemic of virtue signaling.
That's right. That's right.
Hopefully that goes.
That's right. Thanks, Tom. I appreciate the update.
You got
it. I think Ben's here. He's now dating once again Jennifer Lopez, and I think she's in town as well. And you can catch her and her mama out playing slot machines every night. That's what they do.
Really?
Yeah.
See how he ties it into Las Vegas?
Actually, the last time they were here, she hit a slot jackpot to her mother.
Really?
Yeah.
Are you okay with a non sequitur?
What's a non sequitur?
Shout out to Jim Dallas, who I haven't seen in 20 years.
Oh, sure. Is that a non sequitur?
Yeah. Well, it's not in connection with anything we're doing now. It was earlier on when you did shout outs.
I didn't go to UCLA.
Oh, okay,
so
fine.
I don't have all that. But like I said at a speech I did a long time ago, if it wasn't
He's
for
your
us,
engineer, you should acknowledge him.
If it wasn't for us high school dropouts,
Yes.
you college guys have nobody to work for.
That's
so,
true. That's good.
So just keep that in mind.
Yeah, I understand.
All right, let's acknowledge Jim Dallas. You can turn to the camera, Jim. Let's say hi, everybody. There you go. Let's acknowledge Jim. All right, are we time for a break right now? There's one more left?
One more.
Okay, we'll save it right now. Let's talk to Lou for a few minutes. Lou.
Good evening.
There you are, all tuxed out.
Of course.
And there's a reason for this. One,
2 reasons.
You're singing at a wedding tonight.
Yes, going to a wedding for the fabulous Jewel Bailey, who's getting married, actually. You're going as well, right, Rose?
She marrying a guy named Bill?
Yes, she is.
No.
Won't you come home, Bill Bailey?
Oh,
Won't you
I
come?
got it. I went to college.
That's right. He got
it. Okay.
Richard is his name, right?
No, Frank.
Frank
Bailey.
Sorry. Frank Bailey.
Rose, you're going to that same wedding.
Oh, yes. We're
actually,
we're
which was Bailey in a Death of a Salesman, right? Arthur Bailey or something like that.
Is Gazzara's father Ben Gazzara?
His
Not
uncle.
my father.
Oh,
Just,
okay.
but we were related.
Right.
There's a family resemblance.
I think so.
There is.
And I think there's a compliment. He's a good-looking guy.
Oh, he's a good-looking guy.
Life.
In the mouth area. I see it.
I think Ben got the Hillary Award one year. I remember correctly.
Among the fortunate few.
Exactly. You're off mic, Tom. Don't forget.
Well, speaking of awards, this
to
last year has awarded me the opportunity to branch out, be here in Las Vegas at home, which I've called for home for over a decade now. But I was traveling, touring, doing shows on the road, and now we all were forced to come back and create some new ideas, which we did. We threw a lot of stuff together, and some stuff didn't work, but some other things do work, and that's how it rolls. And Rose knows that. Everybody here knows it. So we're excited that we're finally launching our brand new.
Here it comes. Drum roll, please.
Variety talk show with hosted by yours truly, Lou Gazzara, and it's called Black Tie Vegas. And it's going to be going behind the scenes. This isn't just a traditional podcast or even just a variety show. What we're going to do is we're going to sit down with amazing artists. Hopefully, Rose, you'll decide to come on the show as well, and Ira and Tom and everybody. Ron, I think you'll be part of this show.
Ron, I don't know that Ron is an amazing artist.
I think you'll be part of this as a regular basis. You're going to see some interesting features. So what we're doing here is we're actually creating the old school television shows and putting it on the online platforms. And it's going to be shared all over the world, internationally, on multiple streaming outlets, from YouTube to Facebook, all the different things, because we're doing it right with Aaron Elk's studio, with his Go Live Vegas, also with the help of Aaron Phillips as well. I want to give him a shout out for his guidance, his mentorship as well. He's been helping as a veteran in the business like you, Ron. I mean, it's great to have a team around you that no, it means you're an expert at what you do and you put the work in.
It means you're old.
Yeah, better in the business. No, but it's great, and it's going to be a lot of fun. And I think it's going to show people that the reason it's Black Tie Vegas is that Vegas is all about getting dressed up. It's the glitz, the glamour. You don't come to Vegas, well, now maybe you come in your board shorts, your hoof-farted T-shirt and flip-flops, whatever it is, but we're showing them that Vegas is still class, and that's why we're the entertainment capital of the world. That's what we've been doing for probably over 80 years as far as the shows, and even before that when it wasn't as notable. But I think it's a great town, and we're going to prove that.
Black Tie Vegas, Thursdays at 3 o'clock, starting on July the 8th.
Starting on July 8th.
On Facebook Live, YouTube Live, Go Vegas Live, and other platforms that I don't remember.
Absolutely, all of them.
Like,
Twitter.
Because Ira's on 150 platforms. You ought to see his posts, and there's a million of them.
Yeah,
after
Apple
that,
Podcasts.
You got them all.
iHeartRadio.
I have to apologize. I forgot Len Len, come on the phone here. Len.
I'm on the phone.
I'm
Hey,
sorry.
brother, how you doing? How you doing? You hear me okay?
I can hear you now. Yeah, I'm sorry to keep you hanging in there.
Beautiful. So what do you think of my super smoking hot fitness trainer?
Okay, you got to explain that.
Okay. Now, you have been on my back to get in shape, correct? All these years. Because you did. When I first met you, you lost how much weight?
120 pounds.
Wow.
Yeah. And Ron, because he cares about me and is really there for my safety and everything like that, he's been on my back to get this table muscle off of me.
Table muscle?
Muscle, you know. I've been like the, businessman bodega here, and so anyway.
Well, Len, hang on a second. Let me tell everybody who you are. Okay,
good idea.
Good idea. This is Len Connell. Len Connell was the host of the KLAV radio show called The Sex and Money Show, which I thought it was a great show. And now Len has devoted his rest of his life to helping veterans secure the funds that due them because of issues that took place during anytime combat, anytime, just being in the service. So, Len, let's jump to that. We got a busy show tonight, and I forgot to.
Very good.
Sorry, I didn't bring you on right away, but you're on now. And tell us about what you do and how the veterans can get things that they didn't know they could get. And you've got 3 minutes. Go for it.
Sure. Well, 98% of all veterans that served suffer with some form of service-related disability in their civilian life. Now, based on the number and extent of those disabilities, they can earn anywhere from an extra $145 a month tax-free for the rest of their life, all the way up to over $50,000 tax-free for the rest of their days. And if they die, depending on what their percentage rating is, their spouse gets half. And that's not all. They can get better interest rate mortgages, SBA assistance in starting a business, free insurance for their family, educational benefits. The list goes on and on and on. Now, sadly, most people that are veterans are not aware and do not know how to apply for these benefits they already earned through the duty they did and the risks they took. So my father, I got him over $50,000 a year tax-free for the rest of his life, close to $140,000 in other benefits because he was injured in the Korean War. My father is a proud veteran of the Korean War, 100% service disabled. He turns 91 years old next week.
Oh, wow.
So anybody that's out there that served in the military, they had to serve it for at least 2 years, been deployed for at least 19 days, okay? If they're in the National Guard, it's 6 years and the same thing, deployed 19 days. So long as they have honorable discharge, as long as they don't have a dishonorable discharge, okay, they can call my office, 702-473-0410. Once again, 702-473-0410. And my helpful staff of 16 service-disabled veterans themselves, in other words, everybody that works for me was a disabled veteran, will help you get what you rightly deserve through your service.
As a matter of fact, Len, I'm going to be meeting with Kathy on Monday.
Exactly.
Thank you.
And also too, spouses, widows, you have benefits coming to you just because your significant other passed and was a veteran. And we can find that out. We can find out if you qualify for benefits because of what your spouse did. So it's all there. Once again, I'm going to hit the number again, 702-473-0410. Once again, 702-473-0410.
Len Connell, thank you so much for being on the Las Vegas Rocks radio show.
Hey, Len, this is Ira. You can get tell veterans they can get a free massage if they call Rose Kingsley for 2 tickets at 760-636-0008.
And Rose, if you want to share your story one day about what we're doing with you,
I would love to.
Do so, and I'll be seeing you next week. And thanks
Thank you, Len. Okay.
Thanks, Len. Okay, let's go to break, and we'll be right back with more.
We got it together, didn't we?
This is for you, Tammy.
We've definitely got.
I know you love this song.
Isn't that nice? I mean, when you really sit and think about it, isn't it really, really nice? I can easily feel myself slipping more and more away into that super world of my own. Nobody but you and me. We've got it together, baby. My last, my everything, and the answer to all my dreams. You're my sun, my moon, my guiding star.
Hi, I'm Dr. Gordon Christensen, and if you're a dentist as I am, or you know a dentist, please take a moment to listen. When I became a dentist, I learned how quickly poor oral health can lead to other serious health problems. And for people without access to care, these problems can spiral very quickly. I wanted to help, but I wasn't sure how I could until I joined Dental Lifeline Network. It's a nonprofit that has helped us literally change the lives of people in our communities. DLN asked dentists to volunteer to see just one of the many patients in need in your area. It's very simple. DLN screens those in need and coordinates an initial appointment that takes place in the comfort of the dentist's own office and on their schedule. Right now, there's a wait list for patients in need in your community. I'm asking fellow dentists who will join me in seeing one patient per year.
Learn more about Dental Lifeline Network at willyouseeone.org. That's willyouseeone.org.
And we're back on the Las Vegas Rocks radio show. I'm Ron Garrett, your host. AM 670 KMZQ. Ira Sternberg.
Yes, sir.
You wrote an article recently for the GGB publication.
Correct.
I
write once a month.
Once a month. So you're a regular columnist.
A humor column, yeah.
It's called Losing Vegas. Now, you did it tongue-in-cheek, but there's a lot of things I thought were hilarious, like some of the things that are...
Well, that's why it's tongue-in-cheek.
Yeah, okay. What's missing now in Vegas is the mob, neon, showgirls, and all that stuff. And you're 100% right, but I don't miss the mob too much. But as you said in one of the interviews, the reason why the mob, and maybe you will agree with me, was so loved and they want them back is because of customer service. It had nothing to do with what they really did. It had to do with customer service.
Well, they also were willing to take a loss on food and beverage and entertainment in order they would make it up in the casino.
So were you. When you were at the Hilton, we took losses. When I was at the Sahara, when I was at Circus, we took losses on purpose because we wanted to fill the showrooms. We wanted the gaming more than anything else. That was everything. My opinion now, I saw some of the stuff that you send buffet trucks to Las Vegas neighborhoods. That's funny. I like that. Casino entertainers door-to-door to perform with masks, of course. Something like that to change. But Vegas has lost its pizzazz, as you said.
I didn't say pizzazz. You said pizzazz.
No, you said pizzazz. Okay, I'll read it to you right here. Right out of your own story.
Okay, if I added the word pizzazz, I accept it.
Well, give a regular guy like me that doesn't have the years of experience in the casino industry, like a little bit of the insight is that. So why is it changing? Because I mean, you got resorts all over the world that don't have gambling and they make money. People want to go.
It became a corporate takeover when the mob guys or the alleged mob guys sold the casinos out to Howard Hughes and to other corporate interests down the road.
Yeah, but Hughes brought in mob guys to run his casino.
That's a separate issue. But the point is, in order to get corporate okay, and they had to pass a law to do that. The corporate bean counters came in and said, okay, we want to make money not just in the casino, we want to make it in shows, we want to make it in food, we want to make it in retail. So they got rid of the maitre d' where you normally would give a couple of bucks to the maitre d' and get a good seat. Now it's all tickets. And that mentality went forward. So it's very hard to reclaim that. And that was my point, is that they had customer service back then. And you have it to some extent if you're a high roller, but you don't have it at the levels that you did at the time, but it's a different Las Vegas.
The things I would change right out of the box. Stop with the paid parking. That's ridiculous. Get rid of that.
Well, they're getting rid of it again because
they have to. Yeah. Secondly, these resort fees are fraud, as far as I'm concerned. It's a big scam to not reveal their actual rate. We didn't have resort fees.
Right.
Spa fees now on top of resort fees, on top of parking fees. And what else do you want to throw
And
in
if
there?
you'd like to breathe.
No, there's a hotel, and I won't mention which one it is charging for electricity, an energy fee.
Really?
And it's that boutique hotel by the Sahara. And
Interesting.
You all know which one I mean?
Yeah.
Didn't know that.
It's a very artsy hotel.
Yes.
Interesting.
Yeah, there's an electricity charge, but it's ridiculous, $4.50.
Well, the issue isn't so much what people are willing to pay if there's value, but when you hide the cost and you charge them for parking, as one of my guests on my show, Talk About Las Vegas, Oliver, talked about. In fact, if you go to talkaboutlasvegas.com, he's on there right now.
Mm-hmm.
And he talked about, he's an analyst, and he talked about how locals particularly were incensed when they started charging for parking.
Mm-hmm.
Visitors coming from L.A., they come in, they park their car, they're charged for a valet parking and a tip. And so the last thing they're thinking about before they enter the building is that, gee, I just had to fork over $15 for valet, instead of it being free, and they're looking forward to a wonderful, enjoying weekend.
You know, the percentage of profit on
Oliver
gaming.
Lovett, isn't it?
Yes.
Right.
Yeah. The percentage of profit on gaming is where the money really is. Restaurants don't make money. That's why nobody owns them anymore. They're all farmed out. All the nightclubs are farmed out. Everything is becoming four walls. I don't like four walls. I don't like too many Cirque du Soleil shows. I don't like the resort fees, as I said.
So you're a bitter man, is what you're saying.
I'm not bitter.
Oh.
I'm a marketing guy who wants Vegas to make a return, and these are some of the things I would do.
I like to prod you a little bit.
Let's go for it. Go for it. You know,
Well, it's like building these master plan communities, right? You're building it with certain amenities because you think that's the amenities everybody wants. Well, if it proves that over the years that the amenities people want are, I just lost $500 at craps. Can I have a free drink and listen to this guy play the guitar for free? That would be nice. I just lost money. They don't do that anymore.
Well, I'll tell you what, though. The first hotel that opens a pot lounge,
it's starting.
They might as well do it now, because you go through some of these hotels, you can really tell that it's legal.
High rollers.
Perfect example of what you're talking about, Ron, is the Rampart. When they first built it, it was Swiss investors, I believe, that built it, and they were going to appeal to the high-end people, and they were going to charge this high rate. And they had a casino, but everything was charged. And, well, they lost money, and they had to eventually get into the same marketing as all the other casinos. They couldn't set themselves apart because nobody would go.
Yeah, I think pot lounges would be a hit. Frankly, they should start over at the Virgin Hotel. Right, that's kind of the right.
You're
place
smoking right now, aren't you, Ron?
Smoking what?
While we're on the show,
smoking.
Yeah, right here on the air. Everybody can see me on Facebook Live. It's all right. Rose.
Yes.
One more time. You got a wedding tonight, but also coming up on July.
Tonight. I'm not getting married. It is.
You've already got a good guy.
I've got a great guy. It's an evening of the Great American Songbook, July 16th, 7:30 p.m. at the Summerlin Library of Performing Arts, and tickets can be available at rosekingsley.com, or for a massage, you can call 7.
You want to bring Norm back in?
How much for a massage by Norm? I'm just curious.
Or a clown at Circus.
He's got it written down there.
760-636-0008. And we'll tell you all about the massage.
Thank you, Rose.
Okay.
Lou?
And I'll be there on July 16th to sing a few songs with Rose as well as her guest.
Yes, thank you.
So that'll be great. But we've got some other stuff going up. We just revamped LouGazzara.com that has all of the information for everything coming up. We've got August 5th at the Italian American Club, plus Black Tie Vegas, July 8th.
Tom.
Yeah, go check out the Las Vegas Rocks radioshow.com, because I'm the one putting that thing together every week.
Yes, you are.
And we have a nice video on it from a lady named Priscilla Presley. Name should be familiar.
Yes, we know who that is.
Yeah.
Thank you, Tom. Thank you, Lou. Thank you, Rose. Thank you, Ira.
Thank you.
Make sure you invite me to one of your shows now. And
I'm inviting Jim Dallas.
Thank you all for listening to the Las Vegas Rocks radio show. Our mission is to make sure all local Las Vegas entertainers are back to work, which they're getting there right and left. That's great. But we want to keep a positive attitude, keep the party going, be creative, optimistic as possible, because Las Vegas rocks. It always will be. And a special tip of the hat to my good friend Tony Sacca.
Are we going to get a clock? The old rock clocks that Tony used to make?
Tony Sacca clock?
Yeah, you got one of those?
We've got, let's see, we had the merchandise thing of the year. I think we have about 5,000 left.
Gotcha.
Okay. Thank you, Tony. Thank you, everybody. Good night.
Thank you.
Good night.
As we walk under the lights, Vegas nights, I'll always remember the love that we shared. Vegas nights, Vegas nights.